Hey guys, it's Ellie Lamper. Welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you the #1 superpower that you possess when it comes to gratitude and the law of attraction. So if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button below and subscribe and hit that little notification bell so that you never miss an upcoming video. All right, so let's talk about the law of attraction and gratitude. I could literally talk about this topic all day long. This is a practice that I was introduced to probably 2 years ago now. And full disclosure, I don't consider myself a law of attraction expert. I am just a human being like you, along for this ride and this journey called life, and I'm learning as I go. But I've experienced and learned so many things that I want to share with you that I believe that when it comes to gratitude and the law of attraction, there's so many things that we can tend to complicate. And I want to help you simplify that today. And I also want to share with you what I believe the #1 superpower is that we possess in order to really take our lives to another level. So let's talk about how do we really simplify gratitude? Well, if you're curious about gratitude journal ideas, I actually made a video about that. You can check it out right here below. I take you through my entire morning routine and how I set myself up for the day. But I want to kind of elaborate on that because I believe that we all deserve to give ourselves the gift of setting our day up for success and for happiness. And we could get into all the scientific research about all the benefits of gratitude and how it truly improves our happiness, and it really helps diminish self-doubt and fear and resentment and all those things. But the beautiful part about having a gratitude practice with the law of attraction is that we allow ourselves to take our blinders off. And that's kind of how I describe it to a lot of my clients and my friends, is I believe that when we are not practicing these laws, they're happening all around us. The universe is constantly orchestrating things that we don't even know about. But when we choose to tune in and tap into our true potential when it comes to the law of attraction and gratitude, we then lift the blinders off of our eyes. And that's why a lot of times when people start this practice, they say, oh my gosh, like it's amazing how much happier I feel, how many things I'm bringing into my life. And the truth is that you are actually bringing those things into your life all along. You just had your blinders on and you weren't able to see or experience them. They were swirling, if you will, in gravity all around, but we or you just weren't able to see it. You weren't in a place where you were open to that. And that's the most beautiful part about this practice, is that when we open our hearts to allowing things to come into our life, setting our day up for success, we can completely transform our lives. So what would that look like? So in the morning, if you're a journal person, I highly suggest checking out this video that I shared. But you want to start your day off with some things that you're grateful for. And what I personally love to do is I fill an entire page, and I'm going to show you, and I apologize ahead of time. I write really fast, so my writing looks like kind of like chicken scratch. But what I enjoy doing is 2 things. One, I will write some things down that I'm currently grateful for. Like, I'm so grateful that it's a sunny day, even though today it actually was not a sunny day in Colorado, which is rare. But I'll write something like, I'm grateful that it was a sunny day. I'm grateful for such a beautiful walk with my dog. I'm grateful for such an amazing workout, that my body is able to do anything that I desire it to do. And then what I will do is I will go into kind of this rampage of appreciation. And so if you are a fan of Abraham Hicks, you will be familiar with this. But essentially what she talks about is this rampage of appreciation. And that's where I want to encourage you to not edit yourself. Don't censor anything. Just write in your journal as much as you want. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna write things that you're grateful for as if they've already happened. Now I know it can be hard at first to really act as if, to feel the feelings of having something or someone or whatever it is that you don't already have. But see, that's the beauty of this practice, is that when we say that we want something, we are already telling the universe that we don't have it. So when we can just make that subtle shift and talk about things as if they are already in our current state of being, the beauty is that our brains don't know the difference. And so we're able to call those things into our lives. And I have so many fun, amazing stories of calling things into my life. And I'll just share one really briefly, because I don't know about you, but I love hearing people's law of attraction stories and the things that they've manifested that they just never thought were possible. So back up about a year ago, I competed in what's called the Toastmasters International Speech Competition. And I competed at my club level, which is like level 1 out of, I believe, 6 levels. And so I wrote my speech and I had so much fun with it. And what I want to make really clear about this is that I was loving the process. My entire vibration, all of my energy around this experience was so positive because I truly was in love with it. I was excited. I was so energized. And so I believe that the feelings behind what we really want to manifest, they matter. They're so important. So fast forward. So I compete in this competition, and I had this dream the night before that I got runner-up, but that I was gonna receive a phone call later on that I actually was moving on because the person who got first place was not able to. So the day of the competition, I give my speech, it's rockin', I get so many compliments, everyone's loving it. And when it comes time to get the awards, sure enough, I got second place. And a lot of my friends and family were like, well, are you sad? Like, how are you feeling? I know you were so excited about this whole experience. And I honestly was like, I'm not sad at all. Like, I had this absolute knowing in my soul that this was going to come true, that I was going to get to move on and continue to give this speech. And I remember like telling this story to my sister and to my husband, and I know that he thought I was just like totally crazy. Of course he loves me, and he didn't really, but I could just see the look on his face. You know, that's the funny part about law of attraction, is that when you share it with people that aren't so sure, they're kind of like, okay, whatever. So anyways, fast forward probably like 4 days, and I'm just going about my life. You know, I'm still excited. I'm actually still practicing my speech because, again, I'm embodying that feeling of like, I am going to get to do this. And I received this phone call from a gentleman in my Toastmasters club that told me, hey, so the guy that actually won can't go to the next competition because he has a work event. Crazy, right? I mean, I totally manifested this. 100%. I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I was so deserving that this was going to happen, and it did. And I just remember calling all the people I'd shared this with, and it wasn't very many. It was like a couple of friends, my sister, and my husband, and it was just the coolest moment of my law of attraction journey, because it really showed me that if I can embody the feelings of acting as if, that I can attract anything in my life, that I can make anything happen. And I want to make it really clear as well that I don't believe that you can just sit on your couch and attract whatever you want. Now, of course, some things might happen that way, but I believe that the universe meets us halfway. And I believe I was showing up, right? I was thinking the thoughts, I was feeling the feelings, and I was still practicing my speech as if I was going to move on. So to make a long story really short, I actually wound up going to almost the 6th round of that competition, right? Isn't that crazy that I almost didn't make it through round 1, but I manifested that whole experience. And just a few other really cool synchronicities were when I went to fill out my paperwork for the 2nd competition, it asked me for a few numbers, and I had to write like my Toastmaster club number and a few other things. And no joke, I don't know if you're a numbers person or if you kind of find joy in this, but the number of my club was literally the exact order of numbers within my social security number. Like, crazy. And I remember showing that to my sister and my husband. It's all these little things. And you might be watching this video and maybe you're not into the law of attraction yet and you're like, okay, this stuff is like so dumb. But it's not. Because when you really get into it, this stuff absolutely expands and more of it comes into your life. And so I wanted to share this example because I think it's really easy to talk about gratitude and, attracting all these things. But this is something that was so real for me, and I just couldn't believe my eyes when this whole experience went down. So that's just one way that you can start your day off. You can write things in the future tense as if they've already happened, that you're so grateful for them. And this is a question that I get a lot, and I'll do another video on this, but it's, Allie, what do I do when I've acted as if I have this thing that I really want to attract, but it still hasn't come? It's been 6 months, it's been a year. And what I want to say to this is I understand, and I've been there, and it can be really difficult. But what I want you to remember is that you don't have control necessarily over the timeline. All you have control over is continuing to embody the feelings of knowing without a shadow of a doubt that it's going to come true. And so that being said, it's a beautiful thing to just release whatever it is that you want. You know, people will often talk about how they attracted a partner when they weren't even trying to. And that was actually my experience. I attracted my husband when I kind of said, you know what? I'm just gonna take a break from dating. I'm gonna just enjoy my time by myself, hang out with girlfriends. I'm gonna just, pursue a lot of my own dreams. And sure enough, when I had kind of released that resistance, my husband came into my life, and it's a really cool story that I can share in another video. So what I want you to remember is to not lose faith, and that oftentimes the thing that we feel like we want to attract, sometimes something better is even coming. You know, one of my friends always says, this or something better. And I love that so much because it releases that attachment, Maybe it's the thing that you want. Maybe that really is what you want, and maybe it's gonna come. Or maybe it's something even better that you cannot possibly imagine. And so let's talk about the number one superpower that we all possess, but it's so underutilized, and that is gratitude. Gratitude makes us feel happier. It makes us feel alive. It makes us feel less stressed. It improves our health. It improves our relationships. When we dedicate ourselves to a gratitude practice in the morning, you will be amazed at how much differently you show up at work, how things that used to trigger you don't trigger you anymore, how people who maybe you didn't quite understand, you're starting to understand more because you're taking care of yourself. You're giving yourself the gift of that solid foundation every single day, that then things don't bother you. You don't become reactionary. You approach everything in your life with a little more ease, a little more grace, a little more love. And I think that that's what everyone deserves. And that's why I really wanted to make this video about gratitude and the law of attraction and just this secret power that I believe that we all have, but we're not using it to the best of our ability. And I would love to hear from you. Do you agree with me that this is a secret superpower that we all have and possess? And If it is, what are some of the ways that you've been able to utilize it in your own life? You know, has it improved your relationships? Has it improved your dreams and your career? Has it improved the way that you show up in your life and the way that you see things in your day to day? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe and join this amazing community, and make sure to hit the notification bell so that you never miss a future video. If you want to check out that video about more gratitude journal ideas, make sure to check it out right here. I put the link in this video, and I'll also put one in the show notes below. Thank you so much for watching, and I cannot wait to connect with you in the comments below.